If you have been following my videos and live streams for years now, you may have noticed that certain Muslim dawah boys are trying to avoid debating me for years now. Such a coward is Farid Al-Khaja, aka Farid Response, aka Farid Leaks. That same snitch who leaked the emails about Dr. Yasir Qadi that later on caused a huge tsunami of apostates after watching that infamous interview between Mimi Hijab and Dr. Yasir Qadi.
Sincere seeker of truth. Check that.
It's very clear to you and to every single very advanced student and specialist that the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say. The standard narrative does not answer some very pressing questions. That the standard narrative has holes in it. That's what I'm going to say. The standard narrative does not answer some very pressing questions. That the standard narrative has holes in it. That the standard narrative has holes in it. That the standard narrative has holes in it, has holes in it, has holes in it, has holes in it.
Farid was the direct reason for that fitna because he made those private emails go public.
That's him sharing the email.
Dajjal with a small d.
This is with a small d,
Or
this
we can
one.
say mini Dajjal.
Who's giving
no
it to
problem.
the other capital D,
But there
Dawa
is
man.
one Dajjal with a big D, okay?
It transpires, people, that behind all these D's was Gangu Delhi. With the big G. This one. So it now appears. Can you see these? This right here is the transcript to the emails, people, that you can see that are on Ismail Patel's Facebook page, where he's showing the emails between him. He's finally only revealed them this week, where he's speaking back and forth to Ganguteli, and he's kind of apologizing, but at the same time saying, I was in touch with a really big this is another one where he's saying, I was in touch with this academic, one of UK's finest academics, with him. As you can see, here is part of an email that, once again, I do apologize to you for the mess. Farid Al-Khaja. Oh, this one. What? This one? Farid's full name, Ganguteli, full name Al-Khaja. What? This one, huh? Huh? Khaja Sara? Khaja Sarai in Urdu is... I couldn't help it, people. I couldn't help it. I had to do this, okay? But this... Khaja ji, I didn't realize he was Khaja. Khaja. Allah, 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 Allah. So Khaja ji, so right here, anyway, coming back to these emails, you've got, it was leaked. You've got Khaja does, bring it back in here. He owns up. This did make me think, actually, was that what the TS stood for in his TS? Naughty, 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 naughty. Naughty, naughty, naughty. So all this fitna, all this drama, come on, like, think about it. We're thinking, you know, Yasir Qadi has really dug such a deep hole that a portion of the ummah has drowned. We hear reports people have apostatized, they've had doubts in Islam, they've done all of this. Who was behind this? I would never have thought it was our very own Khaja Ganguteli. Oh my God! Honestly, I am lost for words. I'm at a loss for words here. This whole fitna was created by this Wahhabi, this Wahhabi Khaja, Gangut Teli. What the hell was he trying to do? He was trying to save the Ummah by exposing emails to Dawaman, because Dawaman's friend is one of the best academics in the UK. It was like, whoa, oh my God. I was like, so yeah, I had to do some of those dumke to just think, to get over this, man. I just couldn't. I felt like this is, look. Kaha Raja Boj, kahan Gangu Teli. This is the thing. This is the thing, people. Well, I had to share that with you guys. Farid leaks. And indeed, not only does, if only for this leak, they had created a nappy that could have prevented. Obviously, look at it. This leak from Gangu Teli was enough to drown Yasir Qadi. And with him, with Yasir Qadi trying to somehow paddle through the situation, he managed to drown a bunch of other people with him as well, because of his magnificent explanation, which was so terrific. So this is like, wow. Oh man, this is just, I did not see this coming, so I had to share that with you guys.
Farid once promised himself to never do response videos about me, yet he keeps breaking his own promise because he's not a man of his word. Just like his fake god Allah, who kept changing his mind and contradicting himself in the Quran, calling it abrogation. The reason for Farid to break his vow again is simple. My channel has become too big of a threat to Islam to be avoided. Many Muslims are leaving Islam because of my videos and live streams. As shown in my last video, Muslims even started to put me on the top of their list as the #1 public enemy of Allah and Islam. So that's why he's forced to break his promise and has no other option but to respond. He's not man enough to accept my many challenges for a debate though. So 7 days ago, Farid tried to refute one of my recent videos called Qira'at, Hafs versus Shu'ba. But you'll see how Farid failed miserably. Let us listen to what Farid had to say about the claims I made in that video.
Okay, let me move on to something now. Yeah, let's do something fun. Let's do something fun, folks, because I came across a video of one of these punks making a similar claim, yani. He's making a similar claim, and I said, Yallah, why not? Let's go through this.
Both of the recitations or riwayat should be the same, right? Because both students have the one and same teacher. In this case, Asim. But what if we can show you that Hafs and Shu'ba differed in their recitation and had a different Quran? Let me give you an example. Here is verse 55 from Surah Al-An'am, which is chapter 6 of the Quran. The Hafs version says, وَلِتَسْتَبِينَ, which is a feminine word. But if we go to Qira'at Shu'ba, we see a huge difference in the same word. It says, وَلِيَسْتَبِينَ, which is a masculine form of word. How is that possible? Shouldn't both recitations be the same, since Hafs and Shu'ba studied under and memorized the Quran from the same teacher?
Aywa. Tayyib, folks, you guys get that? You have one recitation that says وَلِتَسْتَبِينَ and the other says وَلِيَسْتَبِينَ. One's one's causing the word sabil, meaning path, to be feminine, and one's causing sabil or path to be masculine. Which one is the correct one? Right? So the answer to that, if you return to books that are written about masculine and feminine words, you'll realize that the word sabil, meaning path, can be masculine and can be feminine. And you have different tribes using like a different form. Yeah. So here it says والسبيل تذكر وتؤنث. Simple as that. And this can apply to many things. And this is a wonderful book, mashallah. This Kitab al-Anbari. It says, like, for example, there are many examples of things like this. So like al-ankabut, he says al-ankabut mu'annatha. وقد يجوز فيها التذكير. The spider, we refer to it in a feminine form. However, you can refer to it as masculine form. Things like that. This is a wonderful book, and yeah, you have like all these random nouns that he refers to, and he specifically like picks out some nouns, and then he says, okay, this is feminine, this is masculine, and so on and so forth. But Adi, this is how it is.
Notice he never answered my question. Farid, when you try to refute me, at least focus on the question. My question was, how is that possible? Shouldn't both recitations be the same, since Hafs and Shaba studied under and memorized the Quran from the same teacher? There is a big difference in one of the letters for the word. Ta versus ya. This changes the meaning and the grammar. Masculine versus the feminine form of the word. What happened when Hafs and Shaba were memorizing and learning the Quran from their teacher, Asim? Was one of them drunk or wasted during class? Is this another bad teacher or bad students type of situation? As you may notice, he simply shifted the goalpost and went on talking about the grammar. The point wasn't the grammar. The whole point was we have two students called Hafs and Shu'ba who studied Quran under one teacher called Asim. So both students should have learned the same qira'ah from their teacher Asim. So why do we have two qira'at? One of Farida's boyfriends or minions tried to refute me as well. Let us see if he can solve the problem.
The recitation of Hafs and Shu'ba be the same, be similar, exactly the same, because they learned from the same teacher? Well, yes, if the claim is that this teacher taught only one recitation. But that's not the case, Rob Christian. It has been reported that Hafs said to Asim that Shu'ba is recited in a different way than his recitation. Asim responded and said that he taught Hafs the recitation of Abu Abdurrahman al-Sulami from Ali ibn Abi Talib, and he taught Shu'ba the recitation of Zayd ibn Hubayd from Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. So the claim itself is that Asim taught two different recitations. In that case, the existence of variance between Hafs and Shu'ba means nothing. Means nothing, Rob Christian. Go and delete your video.
I am sorry for including this minion of Farida with his irritating voice. At least he tried to refute me though. As you noticed, he's showing a screenshot without giving us the reference. This is a Muslim tactic which they often apply. But I actually do have the book, so let me bury and destroy this ignoramus. The book he's quoting from is called Ghayatul Nihaya fi Tabaqat al-Qurra, Volume 1 by the so-called expert or scholar on the Qira'at called Ibn al-Jazari. On page 230, we can read in the Arabic, it says, An Hafs innahu qal. Notice, who is the one talking? Hafs himself. Yet the Muslim scholars told us that Hafs is rejected in hadith. All of his hadith are rejected at all costs. According to the biggest scholars, Hafs is matruk al-hadith. His hadith are not accepted. He is not trustworthy when it comes to hadith. So this minion of Farida is even a bigger failure than his master. I rest my case. Have a nice day.